Hi everybody, it's Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Lots of news to get to as we make it to the halfway point of the week. This is your news brief. I'm Jackson Mitchell. Let's dive right in. The government is remaining shut down for the 14th day as Democrats and Republicans in the House and Senate grow farther from negotiating. This all as Speaker of the House Mike Johnson indicates that this could end up being one of the longest shutdowns.
We're barreling toward one of the longest shutdowns in American history unless Democrats drop their partisan demands and pass a clean, no-strings-attached budget to reopen the government and pay our federal workers.
Democrats have remained steadfast in that they will not pass the Republican-backed continuing resolution until funding for Affordable Care Act subsidies is added.
Thank you, Leader Schumer. Historically, you've been against government shutdowns. Also, Democrats passed the same CR as recently as March, as well as 13 different times under the Biden administration. Why the sudden change, of course, when there's been a history of Democrat support?
Ask Donald Trump, ask John Thune, and most of all, ask Johnson. In all those instances, we negotiated with Republicans and came to an agreement. When I was majority leader, we had 13 different CRs. Ask yourself, why was none shut down? Because I sat down with Republicans and negotiated. They haven't. The American people see it.
The Senate has continued to hold a handful of votes on the Republican-backed continuing resolution, though no Democrats have broken party lines for the CR to get its needed 60 votes to pass. Democratic Senators Catherine Cortez Masto and John Fetterman, along with Independent Senator Angus King, who caucuses with Democrats, voted in favor of the Republican plan that aimed to extend funding for 7 weeks. However, the plan failed to pass with a narrow margin of 55 votes in favor and 45 votes against. Notably, Senator Rand Paul was the sole Republican who voted against the plan. During the shutdown, Smithsonian museums and the National Zoo have already closed as TSA agents, air traffic controllers, and many federal workers are being asked to work without pay and will receive back pay when the government reopens, creating uncertainty and confusion for many. For the military, they are expected to keep getting paid. That is, as President Trump ordered the Department of War or Defense, however you choose to define him, Secretary Pete Hegseth, to use available funds for them to continue being paid from unused research and development funding from last year to make the payments. They're expected to be paid tomorrow. Now to your local headlines. Arkansas State University will soon open up its veterinary school. Arkansas State University's new College of Veterinary Medicine, slated to open in fall 2026, aims to address the state's shortage of veterinarians. The $33.2 million facility will provide students with hands-on experience and a competitive tuition rate, encouraging them to practice in Arkansas. The program will also collaborate with local veterinarians and offer a distributive model for the final year of education. In an event held on Monday, officials from Arkansas State University celebrated placing the final beam into place at the school. A State Chancellor Todd Shields said, quote, "Arkansas and the entire region need more animal health professionals. The college will train them hands-on from day one, solving real problems for producers, clinics, agricultural, and communities," unquote. The city of Brooklyn is progressing with the Phase 2 sidewalk project on Holman Street. A recent newsletter mentioned that a notice to bidders from the contract is expected to be sent out soon. The project involves collaborating with landowners to secure easements for the sidewalk, which will be constructed on the west side of Holman Street. The progression comes after RDOT awarded the city $135,000 in a grant for the second phase of the sidewalk build. California is experiencing its first major rainstorm of the season, bringing substantial snowfall to the Sierra Nevada. The storm is moving southward along the coast, impacting regions from Central Valley to Southern California, with snowfall in the Sierra. This marks the first such watch in Los Angeles basin since 2008. Flash flood warnings have been issued with over 50 flooding reports statewide since Monday, particularly in the Bay Area. Flood and winter storm warnings are in place for parts of Central and Southern California, including the Los Angeles basin and Southern Sierra foothills. That storm, though, expected to move swiftly, with rain spreading across Southern California on Tuesday. That is your news brief for this Tuesday, October 14th. I'm Jackson Mitchell. You're listening to Your Daily Brief. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.